Good morning, gearheads. I am coming to you from my studio because I want to bring you a little something special this morning, something I stumbled upon as I was on Chevrolet's website. Yes, that's right. The new build-in price for the 2025 model of the Chevy Tahoe and Suburban are now live, but you kind of had to do a little digging to find them. And in this video, we're going to configure multiple different Suburbans to see how the price stacks up along the way for some options that you want. Stay tuned. All right, gearheads, you can see I am on Chevy's website right now. We've got a few splash screens going up. But before I dive too far into this, I do want to say there is a Tahoe build-in price already on the channel. It's about 28 minutes long. We dive through a bunch. Here for Suburban, we're going to go through a couple options and a few configurations that we don't over with Tahoe. Just know that four-wheel drive adds $3,000 and Suburban adds $3,000 over Tahoe. So if you like something in that Tahoe video, add 3 grand to it. You can probably get it in Suburban unless you want that performance edition. But as I was mentioning in the intro, you do kind of have to do a little digging to find build-in price because I've been keeping my eye on this page for a while, and the 25 Tahoe and Suburban previously had call outs down here that said sign up for updates. Those are gone. Well, you click on Suburban and the web page loads up. Mine is loading weird today, but you can see this is a 2024 model. You can see hidden back here because, again, page loaded a little weird. You click on 24, and it gives you an option to switch to 25. When this loads, see, now you can see this is how the 24 web page should look. But when you get here, you can see start at 61,500, all of the call outs, everything is built specifically for the updated 2025 model year. You can select different models and get a quick look as to what some of them look like in different colors. You can see what colors are available across the lineup. And then down here, Chevy had these for us at the event in Fort Worth, where we can see exactly how the hierarchy built up that product ladder. We start with the base LS, LT, RST, things like that. Further details, imagery down below, but we're going to go ahead and start here. I drove a base LS in Fort Worth. Really did like that one. It was a four-wheel drive. It had some options on it, but we're actually going to start with the LT today. So there are some fun options that you can get in LT. We'll kind of walk through some of those here as we come to the side. You can see I'm already on four-wheel drive. I'm okay with that. We'll get to this beast here in a little bit. This is a high country, but I do want to call out LS only gets the 5.3 V8. When you step up to LT, you do have the option of that Duramax that I love so much. So we're going to go ahead, drop that Duramax in NLT. You can see we also get a power programmable lift gate. It's something I called out when I was in the LS. We also get leather seats, so no more cloth, and heated driver and front passenger seats. So we can go into this compare all and see all the differences, but that starts becoming an eye chart very quickly. As we come in here, we do not get that new Cypress gray color on LT. You have to step up to RST Z71 for that Cypress gray color. So I will do my next favorite no cost option, and that is this Lakeshore Blue. Mwah. I will say Radiant Red Tint Coat also looks fantastic. We just had a 25 Equinox here on the channel in Radiant Red. It looks stellar. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of style here. I'm going to put the 20-inch wheels on it. You don't really pay a ride and handling price for 20-inch wheels. It's when you go to 22 and 24s that are available on some models that you really start to notice a penalty in the ride quality, but I don't think 20 really gives that to you. Just want to add a little bit of style here to our LT. You can see we can go up to 22s if we would like it. We can also add some dark accents, which help the center of these wheels look more as they should. But I'm not going to add those because of what we see later down the road. I can't do I just can't do black interiors. It's all black. It's too much. I can't do it. So we'll do the Gideon Very Dark Atmosphere, which gives you a very dark chocolate brown in most touch points and a light kind of tan seating surface. It is leather, so we've given up on the cloth from that LT. See front bucket seats, no option for a bench here on the LT. You have to go to the LS for cloth. I think I said it wrong, but LS for cloth, LS for that front bench. And now we get into all of our options. Very interesting here. We have Texas Edition for $25. I'm like, okay, okay, that's a little appealing. It says Texas Edition badging, but then you get into this may require additional equipment. So $25, let's add that on, see what changes. Oh, absolutely nothing. Very interesting there. I did this build and price earlier, and it made me add a bunch of different things to it, which we will get into here in just a little bit. It was a lot of things that I was going to add anyway, but yeah, very interesting that twice today I've come in here, I've added this, and it does say may require additional equipment. It allowed me to add just the $25 badges today, but earlier today, before recording, it made me add a bunch of stuff to it. But I do want to put some add-ons on this one. Most notably, I do want to add my Dark Essentials package because that gives me my dark bow tie, things like that. I can go Dark Essentials Plus, which will give me some black 22-inch wheels. That, like I said, you're starting to pay a penalty for your ride with a 22-inch wheel, so we'll steer clear of that. And then I do want to add the advanced technology package, which does give you Super Cruise. Very interesting that LT is the first package that gives you Super Cruise because, as we'll see later, Z71 doesn't allow that. So if you want an affordable vehicle with Super Cruise and that can seat up to 7 or 8 passengers, look at that LT Suburban. You can see it's adding a lot of different things for us here. It's removing our Duramax diesel engine, which womp womp. It's a little bit sad for me. So missing that diesel, but we are getting Super Cruise here. We'll add the sun and tow package. I do believe. Let's scroll down and see if that panoramic roof. Yeah, it does require a package. So we'll see what it makes us add. So yes, we're losing our tech package. We're adding our um, second row bench seat and a typical rearview mirror. And so, yeah, we're losing a little bit of stuff here. And then we saw this on Tahoe. I've just got to get rid of some of that chrome up front. So we'll add this $1,100 black grill option. For 2024, you actually got Chevrolet script with this black grill option. It said Chevrolet. You got rid of the bow tie. Chevy's still keeping the black option, but they've ditched the Chevrolet wording across the front. So we'll go ahead and add that there. So we lost our tech package, our rear view camera mirror, but we do have our advanced trailering. We do have our sunroof. We do have max trailering, so 2-speed transfer case, a few fun things like that there. We get all LED lights all the way around with animated lighting there, black nameplates. Really like a lot of what I'm getting here. But I hate that I had to give up my Duramax for the Super Cruise. You can see we can do a lot of floor liners. We can add a lot of stuff here, there, and everywhere. We can actually add a head-up display, which adds our panoramic roof, adds our rear camera mirror. So interesting. So maybe we did have our panoramic roof earlier, but see, now we're losing our second row bench seat. Very interesting packaging there. So head-up display technology package does come here in LT. Can also get Super Cruise. You can get that panoramic glass roof, but you lose your 8-passenger seating in the process. Very interesting kind of how they package some of these things along the way. Very, very odd. You can see we do have hill descent control, things like that. So I did give up my Duramax diesel. So let's go ahead and put a little free breathing exhaust on it. We'll add some Brembo brakes because why not? And yes, now we are going to have to change our wheels. Looks like we're going to have to go to 22s here. So let's keep it a dark exterior. We'll get these carbon flash. So now we've got that. We've removed our 20s. See, little changes here and there change a bunch of things. It kind of compounds on you there. And let's see, do we have the intake? Can we do the intake in this as well? Performance options. It doesn't look in cooling radiator, carbon fiber exhaust tip. That's interesting. But I do not see the air intake. So we get a couple of things from the RST Performance Edition Tahoe in the brakes and the exhaust, but I don't see the upgraded intake for our 5.3. I do believe that's the big thing there. We don't have the 6.2. You have to step up to Z71 or RST to get that 6.2. But yeah, there we have it. That's everything I would want on it. But whew, that got pricey in a hurry, $89,000. I do know a lot of that are those performance a la carte updates. We added that free breathing exhaust and the performance brakes, which mandated the 22-inch wheels, but it does look really good. We get our Texas edition badging on it. I'm not gonna lie, Chevy, you kind of got me with this one. But yeah, I like that. I like it a lot. But for giggles here, we're going to go ahead and go back. We'll put 20s back on it, which does mean we are going to be losing our performance brakes. So yeah, we lost our performance brakes. And then we're also going to get rid of our performance exhaust as we come down here. Because those were some expensive options. And now, yeah, we're back more in the realm of where I thought $81,000 with destination, 81,775. You can see nearly 2,000 in destination. And we'll take a look at what it looks like now at a more reasonable price. Again, we did add some style. We blacked out the grille, 20-inch wheels, Texas edition badging. It looks nice. I like it. I like the updated taillights. No red taillights back here on the LT. Now we have the updated taillights from RST, Z71, and above. So it's a nice look. I think I'm I'm going to see a bunch of these on the road. I know it. It's just kind of how it is. But let's go back to the model. We did Z71 and RST on the Tahoe build and price. I'm just going to do RST here on Suburban. I feel Z71 Suburban is more of a poser mobile. You do get an e-locker and some options if you equip it as such. But we're going to build as close to a performance edition RST Suburban as we can. So you can see I've got the 6.2 V8. You can option the Duramax diesel. It is a slightly different price point. So 84,000 for the 6.2, 80,000 for that diesel engine. Very interesting because as we get down here, let's take a look at the Premier how that breaks down before we get too far into this one. I've broken Chevy's website here. All right, we'll check out High Country. So High Country, you only have the 2 engines, and it's more of a $600 price point. So interesting here that it's $4,000 and the diesel is the least expensive. Very interesting. Can I? Yeah, there we go. So on Premier, Duramax diesel 87, 89. So again, for Premier and RST, it is cheaper to get the Duramax than the 6.2. The High Country, it's cheaper to get the 6.2. That's weird. Very interesting. But we'll go 6.2 RST. That's where we're starting at here. I cannot stress to you enough how good this Cypress Gray looks in person. I can't ignore it. Yes, I could get the Radiant Red, but I'm not gonna. Um, yes, Cypress Gray. I'm going to go ahead and add 24-inch wheels. I know we have the 22s as standard on RST, but we'll go ahead and put those 24s on it. I do know, yes, you pay a penalty for the ride. I've addressed that from behind the wheel, but they look really good. Black's the only interior option you get. You can see no head-up display as of right now, but yeah, black's your only interior option so far, or on the RST at all. All right, now we have our performance upgrade package. You can see air intake, catback exhaust, sport pedals, and it may add some additional things. Oh no, I did break Chevy's website. Let's go back into it very quickly here. Tahoe. Oh, no, sorry. I was on Suburban. My apologies. So we'll go in SUVs, Suburban. I'm guessing a lot of you have found build-in prices up now. So we're all in here configuring our Suburbans, our Tahoes, and seem to have broken the system. But yes, we'll pick up from where we left off here. We have RST with our 6.2. Let's go exterior. Cypress Gray. Yes. Our 24-inch wheels. Yes. Go into our interior. Black's the only option. Continue on. Performance upgrade. Absolutely. And it did not add anything additional. But you can see here it's requiring us to see our dealer for pricing. So I'm going to take that off and add some a la carte options so that we don't lose our price readout here. Let's go advanced tech. Gets us our head-up display, rear camera mirror for 4,000. You can see we're now into $91,000. Let's see here. We do have Super Cruise, so that is a nice touch. We have RST capability, so we have our magnetic and adaptive air ride suspension, so really like that. Air ride is necessary on 24s. I'm just going to say that it is necessary. I do believe it's uh, a must in that Chevy doesn't not offer air ride when you have the 24s. I think that is a hand-in-hand type of option. You can see we do have our panoramic roof. We already have a black grille on RST, so I am not going to add that like we did on LT. We have our Bose sound system. We've got our head-up display. I think we've got everything we really want. We'll go ahead and add that rear entertainment for the kids in the back seat. And then again, we'll add our a la carte performance upgrades. $33.95 for the exhaust, $37.50 for our Brembo brakes. And do we get the air intake? Performance air intake. Yep. Adding that is where we're going to lose our price here because it's going to say see dealer for options. But yes, just know that you can add that, but it is going to take your price above 100,000. So we've already crested 6 figures and we're not even in the top trim yet. So lots of different amenities here, but there you go. Go ahead and go to the summary. We are just over that $100,000 price point thanks to our destination. But let's take a look at it. My goodness. those 24s and those black Brembo brakes peeking through that cypress gray. I mean, that that's a fantastic build right there. Um, I I do really like that. My goodness, that is sharp. That cypress gray. I would probably talk to my dealer and pull these Suburban badges off and put a Texas edition just because you know how us Texans are. We want to Texas all the things. All right. Last, let's build the most expensive one we can. I do a premiere build on the Tahoe. Just remember, you can go watch that and add 3 grand to get the Suburban pricing. But let's go ahead and come in here to the high country. You can see the more expensive engine is the Duramax. Um, we'll go ahead and start with that. I do believe there are some option packages that may remove that. So we'll just be aware of that as we go along the way. You can see looks very different now, but we'll go ahead and start in here. We're wanting to build the most expensive one we can. Let's add that pearl white paint. Very nice look right there. Let's add our 24-inch wheels. Where are they? There they are. $2,200 right there. So we'll get our 22s. And here's where a lot of changes happen. So we get our retractable assist steps. We get that High Country Deluxe package with a lot of different amenities, 2-speed transfer case, smart trailer, blind zone. But here's some of the things we lose: the sun and tow package, which we've really gained that as is. It looks like we lose that Duramax getting the 22s, which is very interesting because we did sample a high country 24-inch wheel package Duramax while we were in Fort Worth. So very interesting. That may just be an early build requirement, but very interesting that we have now lost our Duramax. So let's see if we go back here. Does it get rid of our 24s? It does. So that is unfortunate. We lose that Duramax when we go with these 24-inch wheels. But again, the mission here is how expensive can we make it? And so adding that does add some cost. I can't do black interior, folks. I just can't. I cannot do it. Won't do it. Can't make me do it. You can see we do get that performance upgrade package as an option again, but it gives that C dealer pricing for more. So I can't tell you exactly what the price is going to be on that one, but we will add our advanced security, which looks to be a zero price option. Very interesting there. We will confirm that we already have our premium or rear seat entertainment. We have our sunroof. Let's see, black nameplates. Can we add that without, we lose our wheels, so we're not going to do that. Very interesting how some of these packaging options kind of stack up. I'm not going to add anything that does not have an actual price here because, again, the mission is making this as expensive as we can. And already we had that RST more expensive than this more luxurious high country. So very interesting. But I do believe that is about to go out the window because now we can add our a la carte options with our brakes, with our catback exhaust. And yes, we are now at 103, but it is just proof how pricey you can make an RST. So in the realm of trying to keep up with the Joneses, don't downplay your RST neighbor. They may have spent more than you on your high country. So yeah, there is that. Super Cruise. Oh, we didn't even have Super Cruise yet, so we'll add that, and boom, we're now at 105,995. That is quite pricey, but you can see we have 3 years of service from OnStar with Super Cruise. After that 3 years, you guessed it, subscription. So we paid for 3 years up front, but you will be paying a subscription down the road. I know a lot of y'all do not care for the subscription model. But yeah, let's take a look at it. Looks pretty sharp. We've got those 24s, we've got those brakes peeking back behind there. I really do like those red brake calipers behind those 24s. It is a really nice look, but very interesting to me. I did sample a Duramax powered 24-inch wheel equipped high country, so I'm not quite sure what happened here. It did not appear like you could do both of those things here on Build and Price. Very interesting. It could be the fact that we had pre-production units there. As we were at the drive event, VIN number one of Tahoe rolled off the line. Duramax diesel is late availability, so they could be reconfiguring how these are packaged. I don't know. That may not be something long term that is a restriction. It may be something that is. It may. We'll just have to keep an eye on how Chevy packages it. I do know that if you do want a Duramax, you are going to be waiting into the 2025 model or calendar year. We're already in the model year, but the 2025 calendar year, that is a late availability as they retool the plant there in Arlington to get ready for the 25 models and to include that new Duramax diesel, though. That is a new, more powerful option than what you got in the 2024 models. And you now can get it in Z71, which is something I'm very excited about. I will say I've already seen a bunch of these heading down the interstate. I am about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from where these are produced, and I saw a bunch on the road yesterday. So these really are hitting dealer lots. You saw before I clicked on the image here, we do have some available now at dealerships close to me. So this is actually in Dallas. This is in Longview or Kilgore, I do believe, but they are hitting dealer lots. So if you want a 2025 Tahoe Suburban, go hit up your dealer, see what they can do for you. If you want to see more from us or see more like this, let me know if you like this video format in the comments down below. I've done this before with Tahoe and with Chevy Trax. Kind of seeing a theme here, Chevy SUVs, crossovers. But let me know in the comments, do you like this format? Do you like me digging through? Would you like to see a live show where we work through this together and I kind of talk pros and cons with you? Let me know down in the comments. You can hit the subscribe button while you're down there. Follow along so you see future video content from us when it drops. Ring the bell so you are notified every time I drop a new video on the web. Follow along with us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, you name it. Everything is at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But that is it for me here in my studio this rainy Halloween morning here in East Texas. Again, thank you so much for watching. Find those 3 Suburban videos where I'm actually behind the wheel. And until next time, bye.